My next guest, life coach Mrs. Thomas, said taking a break from dating for a little while helped her to get clear on what she wanted and how to avoid making bad matches online. Akil Wilson from the Washington Informer is here to share insights from the men on dating in the DMV. Well, I suppose this is going to be a hot session. So let me set this up, okay? Let me set my first question up, okay? So 4 years ago, I lost my husband. No one would have told me, they could not have convinced me that I would now be looking for love. And the landscape of looking for love today has a lot to do with being online. So I want my audience to understand that whether you're a widow, whether you're single, whether you're a divorcee, or whether you're married. See, I hear a lot of married folks saying, oh, I'm glad that I don't have to deal with that craziness. But let me tell you a secret. Tomorrow, you don't know who you gonna be, you understand? And the next day, you don't know what love looks like. So I would suggest that all of us get educated and allow you all to educate us today on what's happening with dating in the world of being online. Let's start with you, all right? So I know you've been out there. Talk to me, girl. Just help us, sister, out.
I would love to help you, Deborah. So I did do some online dating.
Okay.
And it is a challenge because the dating scene is so different. But you have to be transparent and you have to do your homework online.
So go back to challenge. I want to know what I'm going to walk into.
What you're going to walk into?
What's the challenge?
You're going to walk into people who are not always being upfront.
They're not who they say they are.
Yes, some people hide online. So you have to do your homework.
Well, like online, it's funny because I mean we all live online,
Yeah.
so like,
and
that's just a hard thing for a lot of people, especially if you haven't dealt with it in a long time. It's hard for you to kind of understand it. Like everybody's whole life is online, and I mean we're walking around with computers in our pocket. We always know what another person is up to. So dating online is just an extension of really living online.
Does that sound like a digital native?
Yeah,
I can tell that's a millennial.
That's life. And I might be on the older end of the millennial because
but that's exactly
how we think.
How they think.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's what it is, though.
That's what it is.
Reality.
That's reality.
But that wasn't reality for me when I started.
Right.
Which means that you are going to have to go out there at an older age or more mature, and girl, what are we looking at?
I had to learn. So when I started going on dating sites, I learned a lot from some of the people that I met. First of all, because some people put out pictures of themselves, but that's not really them. So you have to learn ways.
It's called catfishing.
Yeah, I was going to say, kids talk about catfishing all the time. Okay.
It's a real thing.
So you have to learn ways to determine who had a real profile. That was the key thing. So I would ask questions. I would ask a lot of questions to see who was talking to me before I would even attempt to meet anybody. Because of course you're going to find some people out there that are scary as well. You don't want to go out and meet somebody crazy, you know, so you have to ask questions.
And that's probably a little bit more scarier for the digital immigrants like you and I as opposed to him.
And that's what I want y'all to work with. Don't be scared, because it's not that scary, for real. Like, there's a lot of people that are in the same position just like you that are genuinely looking, you know, to have a connection. And sometimes, you know, it's hard to go back out, like you mentioned this earlier, like people are scared of one another nowadays. People don't talk to one another. They interface on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or whatever, and sometimes it's intimidating to have an actual real conversation. But when you have those real conversations, social media still becomes a part of it, because it's like, now I got to look at your pictures and see who you really are.
Yeah, that's,
you know, what are you up to? What do you do? You know what I'm saying? That's the only way I would know. Like, I meet you in public, I might know a couple of things. I know your name, you know what I'm saying, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, it's like, okay, so what's your Instagram or what's your Facebook? Now I see, oh, you went to Jamaica last year. Oh, yeah, you got a kid, or, you know.
So you get more information.
Get more information. It's not scary.
But I would also suggest for women who are looking to date online that you be careful about the image you put out. Like the pictures that you post, because men are visual. So you want to make sure that you are putting out pictures that are inviting and giving out the right vibe.
Yeah,
okay.
Well, let me say this. Let me talk about that a little bit.
Go ahead,
because I was talking to my mother the other day, and she said, "Girl, did you see your cousin on Facebook?" She said, "I didn't even know who that was. That don't look like her." So, it's not just dating. It's not just that. People want to, I guess, think they're in their best light. Is that what it is?
It's too much information sometimes.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's just too much.
I was going to say, like, when you talk about online dating, especially, like, if you have different goals. Different people have different goals.
Like that.
And there's different venues to accomplish all of those goals. Now, like, a site like Tinder or something like that, that's strictly physical. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, you look good, swipe right. You look bad, swipe left. It's very simple, but like Match or,
if you're looking for a long
relationships,
you're gonna
you
put
build
out
a profile.
And the thing that you said earlier that I want to get back to the root cause of this communication and this critical conversation. The thing is that we all need connections.
Yes.
Yes.
See, that's at the root cause of this thing. Everybody who says, "Oh, I'm not going to do that," no, you need a connection. Other than that, you can live this life of loneliness, this life of not being connected, or on the third wheel of everybody else's tire. You understand? At some point, baby, you need to be in the middle of that thing. And if you are, you need a connection. And so, this is where we have to go. What about church? Somebody said earlier, why we can't go to church, and why can't we go to our girlfriends and meet friends? Why can't we do that anymore as opposed to trying to go online?
I think people do, but I just think that online is a big part of it. Even if you meet somebody in church or at a grocery store or whatever, like there's going to be a moment where it's like, yo, so you got Facebook? You got Instagram? You got what's going on? Like, and that, I mean, sad to say, it does give you a more complete picture of who that person is, because we all have our moments online.
I agree.
Like you walking around with a phone in your pocket all day, if you feel away or you take a picture, like that lives online. That's there forever.
And you cannot take it back.
You can't
take it back.
And that's one of the things
you can delete all you want. Screenshots exist.
and see, for you all, the natives, I think it's a little bit easier. But again, like I said, for the immigrants, people who didn't grow up with this is a whole new world. But listen, don't go away, y'all. We'll be right back with Miss Deborah's Tea Room. This is hot up in here today. All right.